Hi there. In this lesson, we are introducing Pythagoras theorem. First of all, Pythagoras theorem is about a right angle triangle. It's about a right angle triangle, and what it says, it states that hypotenuse squared is equal to the shorter sides squared and added. But what is the hypotenuse? If you consider a right angle triangle, first of all, what is a right angle triangle? A right angle triangle is a triangle which one of its angles is 90 degrees. So here we have this right angle triangle, 90 degrees. And this longest side is called the hypotenuse. The longest side is opposite to your 90 degrees. This little square here means that we have a 90 degree angle here. And this hypotenuse is opposite to that. Alright. So as I said, according to Pythagoras theorem, in a right angle triangle, hypotenuse squared is the same as the sum of the squares of the shorter sides. We've got a couple of examples here. Example 1, check that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared for the triangle given below. Here we have this triangle, it is a right angle. One side is 3 centimeters, the other one 4 centimeters, and the other one 5 centimeters. So which one of them is going to be the hypotenuse? The longest one, which is 5 centimeter one. Or, if you didn't know that, the one opposite to the right angle is your hypotenuse. Okay, we got to see that if what Pythagoras says is correct about this. So, our c is 5. Then c squared is 5 squared, which is 25. You got to find the square of each side. Then of a is 3. So a is 3. 3 squared is equal to 9. You got to square it. And of b, the other short side, is 4. And b squared is 4 squared, and 4 squared is 16. Remember, square is times what? 16. Alright, now I've got a squared, I've got b squared, I've got c squared. I got to see if a squared and b squared together is the same as c squared. Alright, a squared was 9 and b squared was 16. So I got to add these two, 16 and 9, and I get 25. But 25 is the same as c squared. C squared also was 25. So then, yes, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared for this triangle. The thing is, if they all are the same unit, you don't have to worry about that. So don't worry about centimeters. All are centimeters, that's fine. All are meters, that's fine too. As long as they are the same units. Next example, are the triangles below right angle triangles? Okay, we got one triangle here, one triangle here. One thing also you got to remember in Pythagoras, C is always the hypotenuse, but A and B doesn't matter which one you're taking as A and which one you're taking as B. For example, here I took A as 3, but I could have taken A as 4. Doesn't matter. Then B becomes 3. Okay? So, but all you need to remember is hypotenuse is always C. Okay, now in this example they are asking us to check if these are right angle triangles or not. Alright, let's start with A. A has got 5, 12 and 13. All dimensions are in centimeters. 5, 12 and 13. So C is 13. Why? Because C is the longest one. And then C squared is 13 squared, and if you put that in your calculator, you get 169. Then A is 12. As I said, somebody might say B is 12. That's fine. So A is 12, then A squared is 12 squared, which is 149. If you put in your calculator, you type in 12 squared, you get 144 actually. 144. Okay, then B is equal to 5. So B is equal to 5. Yeah. So then B squared is going to be 5 squared, and 5 squared is 25. Okay, now you've got A squared, which is that, you've got B squared, which is that. You've got to add A squared and B squared, see what you're going to get. So A squared is 144 plus B squared, which is 25. So 144 plus 25 gives you 169 if you add this to your calculator. Now you got A squared plus B squared, you got to look at C squared. How much is C squared? That's 169 too. So it's equal to C squared. So yes, it is a right angle triangle because A squared plus B squared equal to C squared is true about that. For the next one, B, again the longest side is 6, so that's going to be C. One of the other one is going to be A, and the other one B. So C is 6. Find C squared. C squared is 6 squared, which is 36. A is 4. A squared is 4 squared, which is 16. B is 3. B squared is 3 squared, which is 9. Now, we add A squared and B squared, which is 16 and 9. 16 and 9, we get 25. Okay, once you got A squared plus B squared, look at C squared. C squared is 36. So 25 is not the same as 36. They are not equal. So 25 is not equal to C squared. Then we say that, no, it's not a right angle triangle. Okay, and finally example 3. Do 10, 24 and 26 form a Pythagorean triad. What is a Pythagorean triad? Any three numbers that you have, if the largest number is squared is equal to the sum of the other two ones squared, then yes, they make a Pythagorean triad. Otherwise, they don't. Okay, the three numbers I've got here, 10, 24 and 26. Which one is largest? Obviously 26. Okay, I square that. 26, you remember, is your C now. Square that, you get 26, C squared is 676. 26, and you square 26, you get 676 in your calculator, square 26. Alright, and A is one of the smallest ones. Here I've taken 10 as A. So then A squared is going to be 10 squared, which is 100. And B is 24, the one of the, again, shorter ones. Then B squared is 576. Alright, then add A squared plus B squared. A squared was 100. B squared was 576. Add them up, you get 676. Then look at your C squared. That's your C squared. Are they the same? Yes, they are, because C squared also the same. So because A squared plus B squared is the same as C squared, then yes, they form a Pythagorean triangle. Thank you for your attention.